Alright, I accidentally cut that off. So, what you missed, because I don't know if I'm going to post video one because it was so short. Um, what I have in the air fryer is carrots, which is in a homemade marinade. You can see the marinade in here maybe a little bit. And squash. And then in the pan I'm cooking a mushroom, and I have celery and onions, and this just has a little bit of seasoning. I did pepper, nutmeg, and paprika. On the carrots and the squash, I did pumpkin pie spice. So this is just gonna cook for a few minutes. Try to get everything in there. I'm not adding any butter, I'm just cooking with oil. The oil I have is in a Kroger jar. I keep my jars for everything. I'm trying to get rid of Tupperware and do everything glass. But I make, I infuse my oils. This one is just garlic and rosemary. I have a few more going, but I do that, so then I just use that. This is just olive oil, nothing particular or special about it. So once this cooks down a little bit more, I will add a little bit of peppers to it. Couldn't decide what I wanted. I definitely just wanted some vegetables after I worked out this morning. I went to the YMCA. I swam laps for about 20 minutes, maybe a little bit longer, I don't know. And then I walked about 5 miles this morning. That kind of got me motivated a little bit. It's a great way to start the day, but at the same time, not used to the swimming, so that kind of made me a little bit tired. But while we wait, you can see that I have my container back out. These are my leftovers so far for today. This onion isn't going to go in there, only because I think that the onion just kind of overpower everything, so that will get that own little bag for that. And then I think while I'm waiting, I think I'm going to put a little bit of garlic, bigger one, in here. I love garlic. You never ever have enough garlic. So if I put more than your liking in here, just cut back. I don't measure, I just do it to taste. And I am a garlic eater. And I just lost that garlic. I'm going to add a touch of turmeric to it. I freeze my turmeric and my ginger, that way they don't go bad. You can peel them if you want to. Probably most people do. I just don't think I get enough in there to warrant me taking the time to peel it. And I do wash them, so I think I'm good. I don't peel most of my vegetables. A lot of nutrients is in the skin. Now, the ones that the skin is not good for you, I will peel those. Sometimes I'll peel them just for appearances or what I'm making. Sometimes the skin's just really tough and it just needs to go. But we're gonna get more garlic in there after a little while. When you cook with garlic, it flavors it differently depending on the timing of when you stick it in. So I tend to stick mine in throughout. So now I'm going to put in the peppers. You can see that the onions are not caramelized yet, but they're almost there. So we're going to add the peppers to it. Give it some color. And flip the mushroom again. I don't know, can you see how pretty that looks in there? let that cook a little bit before I add the other mushrooms to it. Put these back in my freezer. If you leave them out, they actually will get mushy, so you really don't want to. There's about 7 minutes left on the air fryer, so hopefully the timing of all this would be just about perfect. Sometimes I'm a little bit off, but not too often. Now, this is fine just the way that it is. I'm adding, like I said, I'm going to add more mushrooms to it. I actually wasn't going to stick it on a mushroom, but I just felt that the dish needed a little something else to it. I don't know if you can see my bag of cauliflower rice there. That's going to go in this in a little while. So I'll just put a little bit on my mushroom with some carrots and the squash on the side. And the rest of the cauliflower rice I'll use as a side dish or in another one. My cauliflower rice is always different. I never make it. I mean, I do make it, I guess, the same way twice, but it just really depends on what vegetables I have on hand and what I feel like cutting up. A piece of squash left, so that's going to go in there too. So we'll let this cook for a little bit. Get all those flavors in there combined. This would be good on a wrap or just as a side dish, just as is with that. Kind of like a veggie fajita or something like that too. I'm going to add just a touch more oil just because that has more garlic and rosemary in it. Can never have too much garlic and rosemary. Just a little bit, not much. That might have been a little bit too much, but that's okay. That just means I don't have to add any for when I put in the cauliflower rice. It's just a great way to infuse it and keep everything cooking. I typically like to add butter, but I'm not doing butter in this meal. This is just strictly veggies. I'm not adding anything else to my veggies except for the seasoning and the oil. The homemade marinade that I have is, I use vegan ingredients in that as well. So give that a couple more minutes. I'm going to check the squash and zucchini. I'm sorry, the carrots and the squash. Carrots are a little bit done. Squash can go back in for a few minutes. So I'm just going to throw them back in the sauce. They got a little bit burnt. Some of the thinner parts to it. That's okay. I don't have to use the burnt pieces. Not always perfect, but that's just, I just put them back in the sauce. Maybe separate, you know, they'll get a little bit more. Okay, well, the mushrooms look like they're about done for the most part. They have a few more minutes, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take out the big mushroom. For right now, this comes out, put it over. So that has plenty of oil, that has the veggies. Now I'm just tossing in cauliflower rice. This one came from, I think this one came from Sam's Club. Like I said, I shop between Sam's and Costco. So that one came from there. All I did was stick it in the microwave because I wasn't planning to make this today. But I just stuck it in the microwave to get it where it is. I didn't drain the water from it. You can if you want to. I typically don't. It just kind of helps keep it moist with what I'm cooking. And then this will just get the flavors all the way through. Now, this is where I like to add more garlic. So just let that cook for a few minutes, blend all the flavors together, heat it up. This is a little bit more watery, so maybe this one, that did come from Sam's Club, so maybe the Sam's Club one I need to drain the water. The Costco one I do not. So we're just going to let that heat. I'm going to turn up the temperature a little bit. Throw away my stuff. Now the discoloration you see in here, because cauliflower rice is no longer white, that's just for the turmeric. Oh, it's changed its name, its color. But that's okay. It still tastes good. So this is just the squash. Normally I put oil on it when I cook it. I did not do it that time, hence why it looks slightly different. I'm going to take this, cut it off, because everything should be hot and should be blended. I am going to put this on top of my mushroom. It's not the prettiest thing, but it works. Then I'm going to take some of my carrots that are not burnt and kind of put them on top. And this is what we are eating. If you can see it, I'm still trying to learn, but that's what it is. So, thank you and have a great day. Don't forget to share.